Morning guys, we're here with this beautiful R32 GTR that we just got into inventory. Behind me you can see ACH Highway, which is where we are going to be spending some time this morning, going on a bit of a cruise with some friends and checking out some of their cars. The Supra still getting worked on. R32 GTR, it needs a fuel pump, so today I am driving this sweet machine that we just got into inventory. It literally showed up yesterday, so haven't gone through the car, haven't inspected it yet, but it looks really nice, so I feel like it should drive really nice. I drove it up here from the shop in Cypress, and so far so good, so I think we're gonna be all right. We've done all the maintenance and everything we needed to do on it in Japan, so I think we'll be cool. But Eric is joining me today from Race Service. He's going to be my co-pilot, and Steve Ellis from Get Behind the Wheel is gonna be rolling with us too, as well as some other really sick cars. So let's check this car out while we wait for our group. This is a KG1 Silver R32 GTR. KG1 is one of the rarest production colors for the R32 GTR. There's two silvers. There's KG1, this one, and then there's KLO, which is a little bit of a darker silver. The KG1 looks so good. It's so uncommon that you see it. It's on R34 GTR wheels. It's got R33 Brembo brakes, Nismo arms, and a V-Spec sticker. It's not a V-Spec. This car is a pretty early car, so V-Spec stuff isn't until later on in production. It's got EMS intakes. Super clean inside, as you can see. This really old school Nismo shift knob. I've actually never seen one of these before, but I hear it is old and quite rare. Other than that, pretty stock. Check this out. Öhlins. I don't know if you can see that or not, but Öhlins coilovers are super dope. So this car is set up really nice for what we're doing today. And look who it is. The man, the myth, the legend, the Texas one-gun guru himself, Steve Ellis will Get Behind the Wheel. Alright, we're at our first stop of the day, the GTR, but look what else is here. We've got Porsche homies. Bam! The Venador SVJ. Fast as fuck. Okay. Of course, there you know, a little GT3 action. Damn, dude. Okay, so I'm with Eric. You remember him from Race Service.
So the Super Veloce Jota is not only the super fast model of the Aventador, but also the very exquisite and premier style version of everyone's favorite Super Veloce.
Damn. Eric knows this because Eric works on Lamborghinis.
Never an SVJ though.
Never an SVJ.
And used to work on Lamborghinis.
Used to Lamborghini. So I saw one of these at Pebble Beach 2 years ago.
Okay.
But other than that,
yeah, it's funny though. The only time I've seen an SVJ was at Mulholland, and the second time I've only ever seen an SVJ was at Mulholland, and now this is the third time, the second SVJ I've ever seen at a Shell station. But it should be pretty fun cruising with these guys, I guess.
So our cruise today didn't go exactly as planned. It was a little sketchy. People were driving a little wild. So Eric and I kind of backed down, ended up hitting Cars and Coffee, which is sort of a bust. But we're back up here again. ACH with the R32 GTR because my homie Ben is in town from Minnesota, and he'd never been up here, and he's got a dope BMW that he brought out here to get serviced. Look at a Hako, and that was an RWB Porsche that just pulled off, but not something you see every day. God, that sounds beautiful. Lots of people up here camping today. I think this is wrapping up today. Maybe we're gonna end up shooting downtown again tonight. I don't know, we've got the car out already, so might as well get as many photos as we can. But again, gonna catch this sunset, catch up with my homie Ben, and see how life has been with him. Peace, catch you in the next one.
All right, we're back at the shop. Today, again, incredible day of driving. Big shout out to Eric from Race Service for inviting me along this morning. Also, thank you to Ben and the other photographers that were up at the turnout on ACH today to take some amazing photos of this car. Such a great experience. The R32 GTR, just every time for me, every single time. I think it's the best one. We're gonna be driving some of the other ones, but man, I'll tell you, the R32 GTR is just so good. It feels so light, it feels so agile. You feel in total control of the car. This one especially, you know, Nismo arms, the Öhlins coilovers, the upgraded brakes, just a brilliant feeling car. Car was so smooth, couldn't have been happier with how it drove today. So really, really, really encourage people to look into the R32 GTR. If you're a car enthusiast, this is one of the cars that I just can't say enough good things about. So the R33 GTR, obviously a great car, and the R34 GTR, probably everyone else's favorite, but for me right now, I'm rocking with the R32. Absolutely love this car. So I'm excited to show you guys the 33 and the 34, kind of give you an overall thought on those, but I got a feeling it's gonna come down to you have to drive all of them and make a decision on your own, because it's too hard to pick these cars apart, in my opinion. So again, R32 GTR, absolutely love it. I already knew that I was gonna say that, but let's see how it stacks up against the other cars.
All right, y'all, we are doing something a little different today. So every time we've had an R33 GTR come in, it sells almost immediately. So I don't really get a chance to drive them. Although I did get a chance to drive one for the whole time I was in Japan. Still would be cool to drive one here in the States. They keep selling so fast. So we have one customer of ours who is interested in having moi drive his car. So he asked specifically, hey, do you think you can take it out, drive it a little bit, tell me what you think, give some time behind the wheel? I'd like to know what you think of it. Sounds great. I finally get to drive one here in the States, more than around the block. So where better to take it than Angeles Crest? So we're here at the notorious Target where everyone meets up. I've got the R33 GTR. I'm meeting Steve from Get Behind the Wheel, who's gonna take some photos. And we got a couple other photographers here. We're gonna get Walt some sick photos up on Angeles Crest, and I'm gonna drive it a little bit. So, but again, this is more for Walt. Give him some footage, give him some photos. I think it's gonna be a super cool experience for him to have that. I get to drive one here. It is a win-win for all of us. Let's check out his car.
I like shooting cars better than people.
All right, so we are up here at the big turnout. C33, beautiful sunset behind us. We got some sick cars. We've got a bunch of photographers here. Seeing this amazing view. All right, so we're getting some really good shots. I figured I'd tell you a little bit about the car while these guys are getting their pictures. So this car was purchased through what we call auction service, meaning that it's not part of our traditional inventory. The individual customer told us exactly what he was looking for. He had some specifics in mind. He wanted white, he wanted a certain mileage range, he wanted a certain condition. So we go out, we find exactly that car. Auction service means you get the car exactly as is, the way that it is. Motorcycles, God, I hate motorcycles. Now the customer opted to do some maintenance at Toprank Japan, so we did that. So again, we can do pretty much anything you want. If you want the car totally the way it is, you get it the way it is. This is Steve Ellis. Steve's taking pictures. What are you taking pictures of, Steve? Steve. What are you taking pictures of, Steve?
Auto slow show? No.
Alright guys, so we're wrapping today up. Sunset is beautiful. Anyhow, that's enough of this video. I think I'm gonna chill out and watch the sunset. So catch you guys in the next one.
All right, we're back here at the shop after an incredible day of driving. This R33 GTR is so sick. It brought me right back to driving in Japan. The R33 GTR that I drove there on the Hakone Turnpike felt so similar to driving this one on ACH. Again, Angeles Crest Highway, such a phenomenal road. It's awesome being up there today with other responsible drivers and having the opportunity to have this thing in the corners. It felt so great. So the 32 might still be my favorite, but I will say this, that the 33, even though it's heavier and it's longer, it's wider, and it feels like that helps offset some of the things that you would assume you would feel from a longer, heavier car. The R33 GTR was just absolutely phenomenal. I was so stoked that I got to drive it today. Thank you again, Walt, for giving me the opportunity to take your car up, drive it a little bit before you take delivery of it. You're gonna absolutely love this car. So on to the next one, the R34 GTR, the Motor X car, the Paul Walker car. We're taking it out tomorrow. It is gonna be a hell of a day for sure. Anytime I get an opportunity to drive that car is a great day. So I'm excited to share it with you guys, share it with the people that are gonna be at Cars and Coffee, and really get a chance to talk a little bit more about what it is we do at Toprank, how we have these cars, and why they're legal. So, on to the R34.
Good morning, guys. It is Sunday morning. Today is a little different because we're at the shop. It's Sunday, which isn't usually a thing, but it has been busy here. We've gotten some cool stuff in, but today is different because Long Beach is having a Cars and Coffee. We're meeting some friends there. They said bring something cool. So what do we have that's cool? Lots of cool stuff here, but if there's only gonna be one Cars and Coffee, this could potentially be the last. I really need to bring something extra cool. So here's what we're bringing today. Obviously, this car draws a ton of attention. It's a Motor X R34 GTR, formerly owned by Paul Walker. So I came in last night, got this all cleaned up, and we are gonna head to downtown Long Beach for some Cars and Coffee. See what kind of crowd we can draw with this. Man, I love this car. Fully equipped with all of my things. Why are you literally so perfect? Old school C West kit on it. This is 90s all over it. Early 2000s all over it. All right, we are waiting on some people. Madison is on her way. This is her friend's shop, so while we're going to this Cars and Coffee. But I will tell you, the drive over here was really interesting because despite all of the sick cars there are in LA, and there are a lot of them, let me tell you, when you get pulled up on by an R34 GTR, people just have a whole different reaction. So as sick as it is to see Ferraris and Lamborghinis and other exotics on the road, there's just something a little bit different about this car that really gets people stoked. So hopefully people like the car. We're about to pull up and show you around. So there are a ton of cars out here, way more than I think we expected. So let's take a look around. All right guys, we're back at the shop. Today was fun. Car obviously was popular, so it looks beautiful. Love this thing. Driving it is so much fun. So can't wait to have it out for some more events. Hopefully this summer isn't totally shot as far as car events go here in LA. I'm gonna recap this one a little bit differently because for me, the R34 is all about the engine. This car we bought, we got in, it needed a ton of work. The coilovers on this thing are shot. So we really need to replace the suspension on this car, which is why I didn't drive it a whole lot today. Just took it to Cars and Coffee. But the engine is phenomenal in this car. It sounds amazing. It makes all the right noises. It's got the hard piping kit. It's got the HKS intakes, HKS fuel rail, all sorts of really great things that make the performance and delivery of this car just absolutely incredible. Obviously can't say enough good things about the R34 GTR, but I will say there still is something about the R32 GTR that totally just does it for me, regardless of how amazing this car is. But just something about the rawness of the R32 GTR does it for me in such a way that the R34 I don't think can, or at least has not done for me yet. That's it for today. We're gonna head to the beach. Catch you in the next one.